from Los Angeles, California, we're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
God damn it! Fuck.
Get him, Jeff, in space. Get him.
Hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has absolutely no pants or underwear on and is currently shooting bottle rockets at the tip of his boner. That's Jeff Clark.
Hey, guys. What's up, Kuminati?
And beaming to us from the nest of a bald eagle, the bearded baby bird currently being fed chewed up boogers, Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brat, brat. I appreciate that it was a bird much better at making nests than a pigeon.
Well, pigeons are just kind of like filthy nomads. Do they even bother making nests?
I don't know how it came up in conversation here at the house over the last couple of weeks. I think one of the kids saw a meme. Pigeons make literally the laziest nest you can possibly imagine.
Oh, are they the ones that have like it's like they're on the ground and there's like 3 sticks and a wrapper of fruit striped gum and they're like, all right, nest done.
Yep, and there's an egg in it. Yeah, that's exactly.
What do we rank pigeons in the bird power rankings?
Pretty low. Because
why?
We can't eat them. We have to deal with their poop.
That's bad. Sure.
I mean, if you're a city dweller, especially New Yorker, yeah, pigeons are kind of annoying. Unless you're Mike Tyson, who could possibly be a pigeon fucker with how much he loves pigeons.
Whoa. Well, I mean, we do have some important people vouching for pigeons. Like Lawrence Fishburne and John Wick, who...
That's true.
Which you might hear again later. Some more John Wick talk. Who else? You got Mike Tyson vouches for pigeons.
Yeah, I mean...
the dudes that live in Compton and Training Day, they need
how we
pigeons.
Can tease something important where Kevin's been hired to write the first treatment of John Wick 5.
Up yours, dude!
I'm trying to think of other pigeon uses. Well, I'm all pigeoned out, I guess.
We have some audio of Mike Tyson enjoying his pigeons.
Yeah, take this.
Can you not eat pigeons, or do they just?
They carry a lot more diseases than other birds, so it's not safe to eat pigeons.
Why are birds so good at hoarding diseases? Like when you're a little, like I remember being a little kid and playing in the woods and coming back and being like, "Look at all these feathers I found," and my mom just like slapping them out of my hands and instantly rushing to the sink and putting my hands under boiling hot water. Like uncooked poultry is super, super risky and sketchy. Like, why are birds so goddamn filthy, and why are they so diseased all the time?
I wish I had an educated answer for what you're asking, but I can't even get there.
No, fuck that.
Let's see.
Yeah, Shuddy, if you have a Google search that can help us out, that'd be great.
It's because of the poop.
They eat poop or they frolic in it?
So it's partially because they may peck at their droppings and get infection that way.
Ew.
More confined settings like industrial farms or a dense bird colony, airborne fecal particles can find their way into the bird's eye or respiratory tract. Oh no, that's just diseases like that would kill them. Why do birds carry so many diseases I thought that was going to give us a definitive answer, but it does not.
Yeah, I feel like Google is taking some steps backwards.
What do you mean? Like they're resting on their laurels?
I feel like Google searches used to turn up what you were looking for, and now you can type in a very concise, specific sentence, and it's like Google, I feel, half pays attention to you. You know, like Google, I don't know, like, why is Crispin Glover so creepy looking? And then it'll be like, Crispin Glover is 62 years old. Not what I fucking asked. God damn it. Google, fucking, do you need some of my Ritalin? Pay the fucking attention. Read the whole sentence.
So you want just the top result be your answer to your question.
Yeah, I feel like the internet, Google, Yahoo Answers, whatever the fuck has been around long enough to this point when we're more than halfway through 2022. I expect more out of my search engines.
Well, it doesn't so much relate to your total point or your overall point, but there are, you can buy ad placements or like Google clicks or whatever.
Yeah, you can pay to have your item come up in the top result whenever a certain phrase is typed.
I wish I had a more specific example because it happened to me this weekend when I Googled something and the results came back of absolutely nothing of what I was Googling.
Were you doing it for you and Carl? And did she look at you like you were stupid when you couldn't come up with the answer?
I don't think so, but it's like, God damn it, you're a fucking computer. You can't stay with me for like 7 words.
It's got fucking terrible attention.
Yeah, I know like nobody listens to me when I talk, but you're the almighty Google. Come on, you son of a bitch.
What'd you say?
Fuck you, Shuddy. Fuck you. Fuck you. Well, happy 4th, fellas.
Happy 4th of July.
And of all the years we've been doing this, I don't know if we ever have done a 4th of July show.
I don't think so.
We've done...
No, because you would typically be on vacation.
Yeah.
So it would always be a week we took off.
Yeah, so, this is usually a week where I'm out of town, and being that I stayed in place this year, I got to go to something that I've wanted to go to for a very long time. And it especially holds a more special place in my heart these days since our Patreon has started offering the wonderful award-winning show Dragon Ball Queef.
Yeah, since you became an official weeb.
Yeah, I went to Anime Expo in Los Angeles. I've always wanted to go, and it was more or less because I've been to so many conventions, and the specialty ones, like Comic-Con just covers fucking everything in pop culture. Star Wars Celebration, I've been to a handful of those, and they're really cool, seeing it narrowly focused. Horror conventions are very fun. Never been to an anime one, and I'm like, man, these got to be fucking wild. So, of course, I took the opportunity to just... And, man, I had to get Carl a ticket. Since...
Why do you put it like that? Did she really want to go, or are you saying it because she really wanted to go, or because you had no one else to go with?
Both. I had nobody else to go with, and we are together every weekend, so I'm not going to just be like, all right, peace out. I'm just going to go 10 miles away to the convention center. Like I
didn't know maybe if she let you do that, or she didn't want to go.
So it's definitely not her cup of tea, but she's never been to a convention, period. So just the thought of the people watching and all that stuff was enough for her to be like, sure, yeah, I'll check that out. Not like, oh, I guess I'll go. And it was fucking...
They live up to the hype?
Weeb Central. Oh my goodness. Like,
Did you feel like an alpha around these guys or a jock?
Yeah. At one point I elbowed Carl and I was like, you know what? Outside of the parents... We're probably the only people in here who have had sex. Like there was so right when we got in, the LA Convention Center has multiple sections. So, I mean, okay, so she was already fucking over it because these big conventions are always a clusterfuck. So, I got our passes very late. They couldn't get mailed to us, so we had to go there and get it. And California is still doing, like, conventions are still doing the vaccine checks. So you have to go to one area to get your wristband to show that you got your vaccine. And then you have to go pick up your badges, and then you have to go to the entrance, but there's no real signage of where to go. So we went through security. We had already gotten our wristbands for the COVID shit. And then when we go to, like, actually go through, they're like, all right, yeah, just tap your badge here. And I'm like, where do we get our badge? And he's like, oh, you have to go out, back to the street, make a right. And we're just like, motherfucker, we just waited to get through here. Now we got to leave. But, after the clusterfuck of getting in, we just followed the sea of weebs to see where it would take us. And it took us into a separate hall that was more of like the tabletop stuff. So there's people playing video games. There's people playing fucking card games. And anytime I'm feeling like a dork, like, man, I really am just an ultra virgin. I go to one of these conventions and I'm like, oh, man, I'm like fucking James Dean. I'm so cool.
Helps your confidence hanging out with them.
Yeah.
When you walk into a place like that, you're part of the pussy posse.
Yeah, exactly. So we left that place, went to the actual main hall where, all the vendors, all the big animes had their huge elaborate displays set up. And there's a section roped off, covered in curtains called the 18 and up section.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, bingo. We are going there first.
Fan service.
Dude, oh my God.
Was it weird? Was it awkward fan service?
I mean, at this point in time, I've watched so much fucking weird porn just for my job alone that nothing phases me.
Well, how
What did Carl
feel?
say?
She was entertained. It's hard not to be. So there's a whole line you have to get in just to be let in there. So I got online and I'm like, I have no idea how long this is going to take. So if you see anything within eye shot that looks of interest to you, because she's not really into anime, but she does like cute shit, and the anime world really likes to celebrate cute shit. So she sees a couple boutiques that are selling like cute stuffed animals and cute shirts and stuff. So she runs over there. I take my phone out of my pocket, and yeah, dunk on me all you want. I do still play Pokemon Go, and for some reason the app was open in my pocket. So when I took my phone out, the app's open, and this guy next to me is like, "Oh, you play Pokemon Go? What level are you? Let's be friends. Let me scan your code. And I was like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
How accurate of a impersonation is that?
It's pretty close.
He was that big of a nerd.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, so he was at AnimeCon by
make you feel differently about Pokemon.
By himself, waiting in line to get into the 18+ section.
I mean, how many of the people that were in line had a date?
Yeah. Not counting you.
I mean, there were a few. There were, couples there.
Okay.
And I don't know how many. Okay, so
how many of them
I'll
were
skip
drunk?
ahead.
Were they like in cosplay?
Yeah, there were a few.
Nice. Couple cosplay. You guys should have did that.
I mean, I don't even know what we would have done. Like, the only anime she's seen is Dorohedoro, which she can talk as much shit as she wants, but she fucking loved it. I was like, just watch one episode of this. And she was like, when the credits started playing, she's like, you can let the next one play. And we watched like 4 in one sitting.
Has she gone back to it?
Well, no, because there's only one season and we watched it all.
Oh.
But these past few weekends, I got her into the Castlevania anime on Netflix. So I was even like poking her. I'm like, you're fucking enjoying one more series away from being a weeb yourself.
How did that sit with her?
I think it made her question some recent decisions in her life. So the line moves quick. We get into this 18 and up area, and there's all these people. It kind of look like a record store. People are just flipping through bins. And, as much of a dork as I am, I realize that I don't even scratch the surface. I don't even come close to these motherfuckers. I was as lost as she was in this whole place. I don't know who any of these fucking costumes are. I don't know any of these shows they're promoting. So after a little bit, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to check and see what these fuckers are digging through. It's all fan-made, like fan fiction based on actual well-known properties, all sexy time. So they'll just take like, I Man, I can't even think of an example. There were like animes that I recognized but I've never seen before, and it was just fan drawn, fan written shit of them all fucking each other.
Yikes.
Then there's full size, which I almost got for you, Jeff. They had full size body pillows, like we were talking about on the show. Of just
I was just gonna ask that.
Oh yeah, like dripping wet pussies, shirtless dudes like laying on their stomachs, pulling down their boxers with their asses hanging out. The other side of them is them like grabbing their boners through their undies.
You should have bought it and had Carl carry it through the convention.
Yeah, because that was the first place we went to, so I'm just carrying around a giant pillow with a naked dude on it for the next 4 hours.
Oh, it's not for me, it's for my friend.
Yeah, yeah, he's the gay one. But it was kind of mind-blowing how far they take that stuff with just... I saw a guy wearing a t-shirt, and on the back of it was just like an anime girl laying on bed naked, and she just had like a shaved vagina, and there was writing all over it, like fuck here with an arrow pointing down to her vagina, like come on my tits, come slut. I was just like, Jesus.
That's a little...
Yeah, I feel like some of these people just, they don't even want real life girlfriends. They just want to fuck cartoons.
Jeez, man. It's fucking weird. Some people's tastes are real sketchy. My last, I did this a couple weeks ago. I did it between two flushes, and I parked next to a guy at the gym who had a Seed of Chucky like detail all over his car, and on both the driver's side and passenger side front windows that had a decal that said "Your bitch probably in here." It was unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Did I show you guys this stuff?
I saw the post.
Okay.
And like,
so I'll send...
seeing that decal, it's like, you know what, dude? I admire your confidence, but odds are she's not in there.
Yeah.
Not my bitch.
Sitting in your fucking Seed of Chucky mobile.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Such fucking just weird, creepy taste. Like, that guy probably has had more sex recently than I had. I don't know about the weeb at the anime convention. He probably hasn't, but I don't know. So what other highlights from the anime convention? Did you buy a bunch of stuff?
No, honestly, I thought I was like, oof, this is gonna hurt my fucking wallet. But you know, I feel like I'm an old fart for that convention. It skewed a lot younger, and I don't watch a ton of the big ones. Like the big series, like fucking what's it called? Like One Piece is a pirate anime that's got over 1,000 episodes. I've watched maybe like 2 seasons of Naruto. Not exactly looking for Naruto merch. You know, I'm an Akira junkie, and I like Dorohedoro, but even that was too deep of a cut for this convention. So I think I'm just aged out. Like all those fucking goofballs running around, I think they just like the big current series. And if I was like, hey kids, what about Akira? That would be like, some fart face trying to talk to us about like Ben-Hur or something. Like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, Ben-Hur, got it. Not a 5-dicker in my book, but
yeah, I couldn't put Ben-Hur in the 5-dick club.
I couldn't put Akira in the 5-dick club either, but
yeah,
it's a hot take.
Is it? Do you think it's a 5-dicker?
I've never even seen it, but doesn't Kevin isn't that like a Mount Rushmore movie for you, Kevin?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's a 5-dicker.
My letterbox,
I'm just saying,
letterboxd Mount Rushmore starts with Akira. You can feature 4 movies on your profile. But I mean, the cosplay was pretty good, even though I don't know who 99% of them were. There were some sexy time costumes, people walking around with their asses hanging out. That was kind of cool.
It was a 3-day convention? Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I think it's even going on today.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's holiday.
Yep.
So how long were you there for?
I was honestly saying, like, we could probably be done with this place in 2 hours. I think we ended up staying for about 5.
Jesus Christ. Carl's an angel.
I mean, there were even times where I was like, you know what? All right, I'm like, both of our legs were sore. It was just like, yeah, I've had enough. We can get out of here. And then she would see something, be like, oh, that looks cute. And as we're heading for the exit, just beeline it for another booth. And I'm like, all right, guess we're hanging a little longer.
You guys save your money up for the 626 night market this weekend?
Yeah. All I bought, I got this.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. So I guess Chainsaw Man is some super, super popular manga, like Japanese horror comic, and they're making an anime series on it. And the whole wee world is beating their dicks in anticipation. So I saw a booth selling a bunch of stuff. I was like, all right, I can spend $10 and buy one thing. And I'm kind of curious about this anyway, because I'm sure when it does come out, it'll make an appearance on Dragon Ball Queef. So I just kind of wanted to familiarize myself with it a little bit, see what's up. And that's about it. Carl bought nothing. Even though when we got back, she had non-buyer's remorse. She was like, I should have spent money there. She saw a few things she liked.
I'm happy Carl was fiscally responsible at the anime con.
Yeah.
She's got to save up for 626 night market herself.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go hard. I can't wait for that. What is this, our 4th straight year?
At least.
Actually, probably it was off for 2020, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it doesn't count. It's not like one happened
count.
And we missed it.
Our
streak stands.
Well, how many anime con dicks would you suck?
I'd say it was like a solid 4.
Wow, you had a good time.
Yeah, that was fun. It was time well spent.
And you did some homework this past week, right?
I did.
You were teasing us in the Easter egg.
Yeah, so after your Spaz Fest, because I hadn't seen 8 Mile, I watched it. And
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Not exactly what I was expecting. And definitely not a fucking 5-dicker, you maniac.
What? How many dicks are you giving it?
All right, we can just cut to the end. We can cut to the climax.
Just get right to...
Just rip off the Band-Aid for him, please.
3.75.
You make me fucking sick.
You make me sick.
This is like Shuddy's tool take. You have no penis.
8 Mile, a 5-dicker. Come on. Watch that movie again and tell me it's a 5-dicker.
All right, I will watch that movie again. But you can already assume what I'm going to say. And it's a 5-fucking-dicker.
Yeah, no matter what he actually thinks, Kevin, he's not going to back down from.
That's true.
That's not true.
Jeff would never admit he was wrong.
Kevin, that's not true. I've admitted I've been wrong before. I've done it. All right, so what were the things you didn't like about it? Because the acting is pretty much the best in the world ever.
Whoa.
So okay. Was it the cinematography? I mean, Detroit's an ugly city. What can you do?
Okay, so Kim Basinger had some laughable line deliveries scattered throughout.
I mean, she's a junkie. What do you expect? Good line delivery?
She wasn't a junkie in that.
What? I mean, she was a mess.
She was a mess, but they never showed her doing drugs or anything.
I mean, it could be assumed that she was on a bunch of different substances.
I thought she was just kind of like a drinker.
We're not taking those kind of liberties, huh?
All right, fair enough. I don't know. I mean, I didn't pick up on that, but maybe. But
some people abuse alcohol, Kevin.
Every time she called Eminem Rabbit, it was very cringy. Like his mom calling him Rabbit. I mean, Rabbit by itself is one of the most least intimidating rapper names I've ever heard, right up there with Little Baby and Duh Baby. Like, oh no, bunch of babies. Yee.
Well, Rabbit was his nickname.
And a rabbit. And
it's
a rabbit.
Like a WWF name where the name's supposed to, I don't know, instill some fear. It's just like a stage name.
Yeah, but it's just not hard.
Gotcha.
That was
It's not like Mobb Deep.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, there's this new rapper. It's Pissy Pants the Shit Eater. Like, that guy doesn't sound all that hard.
You really lose me when you do your gay ass analogies, but keep going.
And I thought the movie was going to be a little bit more broad. Like, I know it's based on Eminem's life, but it starts with him going into a rap battle, and when it's his turn to go for his rebuttal, he just freezes and stands there and just like "Ugh," and says no words. The whole beat just awkwardly plays out, and he runs out of time, and everybody chants choke, 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 and they goof on him, and he gets all embarrassed. And then he goes back to the trailer park with his mom, and Michael Shannon, who's boning his mom, who, in the story, he went to high school with this guy that's boning his mom. And then I looked it up, and Eminem is actually 2 years older than Michael Shannon. So that's got to be kind of weird.
Yeah, but I mean, at least like Michael Shannon wasn't much older than him in that show or in that movie. Right? Like
no, I think he was only supposed to be like a grade or two ahead of him.
Right.
In the story. But it is just weird seeing Michael Shannon from that long ago, like over 20 years ago, and motherfucker still looked all old and
I didn't
haggard.
even realize. I don't know that I even knew he was in that movie.
Yeah. That's like what I remember him most for. I know he was in Boardwalk Empire as well.
That's where
Yeah. But then he meets Brittany Murphy. And he bones her,
skank.
Bones her in a factory, and that sex scene was like a little awkward when he just bones her right there in the factory, and then in the end of the movie, she like just bones his homie in a recording studio, and he beats the guy's ass for boning his kinda lady, maybe lady.
Not really.
And then I'm thinking, so Shuddy, I don't know if you remember this either, but
spoilers, by the way.
Anthony Mackie is like the rival guy, so he's I guess also an aspiring rapper in this clique of aspiring rappers.
Wait, were you surprised to see Anthony Mackie as Papa Doc?
Yeah.
No shit.
And then and real quick, Cheddar Bob, man, that guy sucks. What a pussy. They should have kicked that guy's ass out of the friend group a very, very long time ago.
All right. I don't disagree with that. Cheddar Bob is not that great of a character.
If they're trying to get any sort of credibility, they can't have it with Cheddar Bob in their posse. So
I don't know if they're trying to. It feels like a bunch of fucking nerds that had to, I don't know, be friends with someone, so they landed on each other. Like, these guys definitely aren't cool.
And then I'm thinking that the movie is going to end up with him getting a record deal or him blowing up or him getting a big break. And the movie is just about him getting the balls to do his first battle rap. And then it just ends. And I was like, that's it? That's the end of the story? He just did his battle rap and then goes back to work at the factory? Just walks back to his shift that somebody's currently covering a little bit of so he could sneak out and battle rap? Like, I thought when, again, spoiler alert, when he clowns Anthony Mackie and whips his ass in the rap battle, that Anthony Mackie was going to, like, retaliate and kill Mekhi Phifer or somebody, or Cheddar Bob. But it just ended so uneventfully.
I mean, that could be 8 Mile Park, too.
Like
I was always looking for a sequel.
16 Mile? Like, the guy fucks his chick, he beats him up, then he goes and tattletales on him, and then Anthony Mackie and all those guys jump him in retaliation. And then he just, like, nods or something to Brittany Murphy at the end. He wins a battle rap, and that's it? The whole story of Eminem is one battle rap?
Well, it's B-Rabbit, it's not Eminem. And, yeah, it was just him conquering his fear of public battle rapping.
I mean, it was good. It was definitely a good movie. I just found all that stuff a little bit underwhelming and cannot make that a 5-dicker. That's insane.
Well, you have terrible and suspect taste, but
based on his review, I think Kevin is the one that commented on the YouTube video.
Yeah, what did that
He's using a
piece
Smurf
of shit
account.
say?
Other than the battles, 8
Thanks for
Mile
watching.
was hella underwhelming. calling it a 5-dicker is nuts.
Hella. Sounds like he's from upstate California. Probably a huge pussy. He's an E40 fan. Whatever. Talk about busters. I don't know. We don't have to talk about E40.
Oh
but
my god, you're
not a
taking
fan
shots
of
at
E40.
Really? You don't like E40?
No. You like E40?
Yeah. I don't think he's great, but there's E40 songs that come on. And I'm like, all right, I enjoy this.
Whatever.
I mean, do you not like how he over enunciates and always echoes himself?
I don't like how he's not good at rap. That's my main issue with him.
Looking at a chick who got a big booty.
That's a pretty good E40, actually. All right. Well, hey, 375. I'll live with that. I'm not happy about it, but I'll live with it.
But Jeff calling that a 5-dicker and then me watching it was the inspiration for this idea that I threw by the guys on our text thread this week, which was we do a 5-dicker draft, pit them against each other, and let the Puminati decide who threw out the best 5-dicker in war.
Who's got the best taste?
Yeah. And
Who's
it's
got
like,
the
wow,
best 5-dick lineup?
If Jeff thinks that 8 Mile is a 5-dicker, I could throw so many 5-dickers at that people will be like, oh yeah, that blows 8 Mile out of the water.
You would think. But I actually feel like I have a better read of the Puminati than you do.
And Shuddy, where's your shit talking all of this?
I'm just going to quietly sit back here, not say anything, and wipe the floor with both of you. So.
The silent
I just
killer.
want to say, when I win this will pretty much be not pretty much. This will be equal to Shuddy's Trivial Pursuit victory. Same level?
How are we going to determine the order of this?
Okay.
So we have to snake draft it.
Yes, absolutely.
So the second, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. No, wait.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this shit works, so you guys are going to have to help me with that.
But how are we determining the order is what I'm asking.
I have an idea. And you guys, tell me if you sign off on this or not. But how about we all pick a number from 1 to 10. We tweet out from the MSBH account, hey, give us a number from 1 to 10. And whoever the first person that replies to that is, that's the number we have to try and get closest to.
Okay, we could do that. Or
Seems fair, right?
I just don't want to wait for Twitter responses. I mean,
it'll be quick. I think we have enough Twitter followers where they won't leave us hanging for the whole damn episode.
We do. We
might
not get response until fucking Thursday.
God damn it! All right, Shuddy, what's your idea?
I have a random wheel app. Hold on, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prefer this.
You prefer Shuddy's app?
Yeah, I don't want to wait. And then what are we gonna do in between? Right.
I really feel like we would get an instantaneous response.
I think you're probably right, but my ego is pretty fragile right now, and I don't need to not get an instantaneous response.
Help. Fair enough. Right.
Where did it just go?
So we're guessing a number, and then whoever's closest gets the first pick?
Yeah.
I don't even care which pick I get. I'm going to fucking dust you clowns.
So we're going with action movies.
Yes. They have to.
I kind of thought that it could just be any movie from any genre, but Jeff suggested doing it by genre, and might be easier that way.
I also think we get more longevity out of the bit. So we can just do
if this goes
in a couple months or something.
Yeah, if this goes well, we can revisit it. So the way we're going to handle this, just to keep things equal, is so we're each going to pick 5 movies, and then we have 5 rounds, 3 movies facing against each other, and we'll put them up as Twitter polls.
Can we also do a Patreon poll, or is that just too many moving parts? Too many polls?
Might be too many polls.
Too many polls, not enough holes?
Yeah. Might be enough polls for Jeff, but not for me and Shuddy.
Whoa. Real quick, before we start, though, it's superhero movies don't count, right? Because I was thinking that could be its own.
No,
like,
superhero movies
five-dicker.
count. They're action movies.
I didn't include them on my list.
Yeah, I didn't include them on my list either.
Oh, I did. I thought it would be fair because some people don't
Fucking
even
pussy. He's
some
gonna go
people don't
fucking
even give a
Dark
shit
Knight,
about
Spider-Man.
fucking. Okay, you don't think Dark Knight is a 5-dicker action movie?
I think it's a 5-dicker. I don't know. I struggle to put that in the same level as like other.
Because some people
I don't know,
just
'cause
straight
I
up.
feel like superhero movies could be its own thing.
I don't know. I
That's
don't think
how
there's
I
enough.
was thinking of them.
I don't think there's
as.
enough 5-dickers. And how many superhero movies do you consider 5-dickers, Jeff?
Okay, but the point is, all right. So I think 8 Mile is a 5-dicker, right? And I think there's nothing wrong with that. So if I were to say we're to do like a general one, and I had 8 Mile as one of my draft picks, I could possibly lose the vote if everyone disagrees with me. So like, not everyone's going to think our selections are 5-dickers. We're just trying to draft the best lineup and pick movies that we honestly think are 5-dick or close to 5-dick quality.
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, I don't know. Like, I would say outside of fucking Dark Knight, there's probably 0 superhero 5-dickers.
Then why
I mean,
not include
so-
them in the action? Because there's other people that feel the same way you do, that they don't like the superhero movie genre at all. So
Fair enough.
if Shuddy and
Fair
I
enough.
throw one of those out, that could work to your advantage.
That's going to change
Shuddy.
my thinking a little bit.
Should he say something smart to him?
No, I mean,
Say something smart.
unfortunately, Jeff, with there's only maybe one 5-dick superhero movie. You blew away any chance at arguing against including them in the action movie category, because then there's no point in doing them separately if there's only one. So
Yeah.
your argument reinforced Kevin's point. So I'll agree that they should be included. I will probably not be selecting any because I didn't even think to put them on my list.
Me neither.
I
But
mean-
if Kevin wants to take fucking shitty superhero movies, let him go for
All right, pick a number, Jeff.
it. I'll guess 4.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Fuck you for that pick, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'll go 8
What a pussy.
because I was going to go 2.
And I'll go 2.
Wow. Kind of painted yourself into a Shuddy corner. All right, there's the wheel. There's the beautiful wheel. It's spinning on Shuddy Boy's phone. You can see this on youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. I can't even read them. It stopped. Shuddy.
7. So, Kevin, you are available to make the draft order.
Wait, what
But
does
he
that mean?
makes the entire order. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
So wait, does that mean I go first?
No,
Go
you
first.
can pick who goes where.
Yeah.
Remember, it's a snake draft, so whoever picks last in the first round picks first in the second round.
Okay. All right, let me get my documents in order here. So, because we have to do 5 rounds of this.
The 5-dick draft.
The 5-dick draft. Okay, so I'll go first. Jeff goes second because I'm not threatened by his picks. And Shuddy Boy goes third.
Okay.
Jeff's going to be like, oh, fucking Judgment Night. That tepid, lukewarm piece of shit.
Is that an action movie?
Jeff,
Probably is.
Shuddy.
Man, I wish I was going third, but whatever. I can make do.
All right, so
I wish you
I
were
got it.
going third also.
man, I really,
All right,
threw,
Kevin,
I
go
really
ahead.
threw this into chaos. I mean, I got to take the number 1 seed, Terminator 2.
Okay. I'll go right in the lines down, I guess. I'll go The Matrix, even though I know one voter is gonna shit on it.
So are we putting these all right. Now, are these going to be randomized for the Twitter poll, or
No.
are they going to be round by round?
Round by round.
Well, I just say we just list our picks, like Jeff's team, Shuddy's team, Kevin's team, and you select which has got the stronger team.
Oh, I was going to do 3 rounds of voting. Or
Well,
I mean five rounds of voting.
Okay. I was just going to go overall team just to make it easier.
Well,
just one vote.
Before
who's got the best
further,
team.
we need to iron this out because that will severely impact my strategy.
Okay, so my thought is the easiest way to do this is Kevin's team's listed, my team's listed, Shuddy's team's listed, and it's just you pick whatever the 3 that you think is the best. And we tally up the votes, and whoever's got the highest wins. And we'll release the results or talk about the results next week. So it's just a 1 vote.
Oh. Man, I hate when you guys take my good ideas and make them lamer.
I like Kevin's idea of the round by round. And then the winner of the draft is whoever has the most points out of that. Which is the same thing, essentially.
Fucking lame. That's not how... No. Because Kevin automatically effectively wins because he got the unquestioned 1 seed. So he just wins one
but
round.
It's only in this voting. And then next round, it'll be another vote. So...
I want to take away your Trivial Pursuit win. This is fucking retarded. So you're going to have 5 votes for the same game. 5 different votes for 1 game.
Yeah.
Does that sound logical?
Don't like the basketball finales play 7 games to determine 1 win?
It's not the same fucking thing.
How is it not the same?
What do you mean? Because things happen over the course of a series.
That's what's happening here.
You play in different arenas. You play in different fucking people get injured.
Yeah, this is like playing a card game. You gotta play
the
against...
easiest way to do this for the listeners.
That's the dumbest way to do it.
Is to vote just a 1 poll where they're voting on the entire selection.
How about we can do them both ways, and whoever wins your stupid idea, Jeff, gets the booby prize.
We're losing listeners. We're losing Patreon subscribers right now because of your fucking stupidity. Shuddy, step up and say something. Stop him, please.
I would argue that everybody is sticking around because this is such a sore point and we're bickering about it. Nobody has turned this off
This is fucking stupid. I'm not doing a good job explaining how dumb this fucking is, but I know it's stupid. I know it's stupid. I know it. I know it.
Listen, I'm going to say things that are very contradictory. Like, the only reason...
You should be dumped, Kevin.
You should be dumped by Carl. I am on board...
This is the reason you're single, Jeff.
The only reason I'm on board with Kevin's way of doing things is because of the spot I'm in and how much more fun it will make this game for me going with his route. Because knowing that he's picked Terminator 2 and you've picked The Matrix, this is the perfect opportunity that if we're playing Kevin's way for me to tank a pick.
What about, Jeff, if we do it this way and somehow it's an epic turd fest, then we try your stupid idea with the next genre?
I mean, we can, but I just know your idea is so fucking dumb.
Kevin, if we go with your way,
so fucking
he is going to be even more angry.
I feel like this is way more fun for the listeners because they get 5 things to vote on. People love voting on shit.
Really? Really? People like voting? Really? Okay. All right. I would
People
argue
love
no.
chiming in.
People actually don't like to vote.
People like chiming in about their favorite movies. And if we get 5 battles of 3, that's fucking sweet.
So you're collecting 5 different votes and then you're adding them all up?
No. Wait, what? No. Okay. So this round, if people chime in and they like The Matrix better, you get 1 point. Then the next not heads up, but the next face off.
Yeah. So
whoever wins that gets
foreshadowing.
I don't know. Is that a 5-dicker?
All right. We got to move this along.
All right.
My final thought is that your idea is fucking stupid. And
well, you're outvoted, and we think your idea is stupid.
Okay.
So, Shuddy, what do you put up against Terminator 2 and The Matrix?
Yeah,
I'll put
overthinking.
Predator.
All right.
Arnold on Arnold Crime.
And then, Shuddy, you have the first pick in the second round.
And I am taking Plane School Part 1.
Okay.
Wow. I feel like this could be an easy win. Does Jeff go next?
Yes, Jeff goes next.
I gotta adjust my. All right, I'll take Die Hard.
Oh,
That's a good one.
I'm looking over my list here. Man. You know what? I don't know if there's anything left on the list that's going to beat Die Hard.
There's not.
There was. It was Top Gun, and that already went also.
You know what? I'm going to throw a little curveball into the mix. I'm going to say Mad Max Fury Road.
That's going to be available on HBO Max this month.
It also would have been available in probably around fucking 15, but whatever.
Yep. I wouldn't have taken it. I only put movies on my list that I've watched.
So, Kevin,
your pick.
Yeah, your pick, Snake Draft.
Okay. I will go with Aliens.
Okay.
Nice. I don't hate it.
Jeff.
Okay. I'm going to go The Raid.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought about this. I have a fucking sick big board. I don't think no matter how we play, I can lose, but whatever.
I'm going to take Armageddon.
Oh, Jeff, 3 rounds of picks, and you didn't even pick your favorite movie.
I was going to take it in the first round, and I decided I was going to be a good friend and let him have 2 more chances at it.
I'm trying to read the Puminati. That's the tough thing. I'm trying to win this game, right? I mean, I'm well on the record with how I feel about Armageddon, so I don't think I even need to pick it to
Speed.
Validate my love.
It'll be my number one. It will be my pick for round 4.
Oh my God, good one.
That is
good one, Shuddy. So I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
Man. I'll go John Wick.
Wow.
Go with the Keanu. Going back to Keanu, actually.
Okay. For my final pick of this round, I will go with Demolition Man.
Nice. That did not make my list somehow.
You guys are gonna get fucking smacked.
All right, this is the last
round,
pick for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, your pick, buddy.
Yeah, and we decimated, or actually no, obliterated, like all the top seeds on my list.
I have some good ones, actually. We can go further if you wanted, but
wow, and you know what? I might not even pick a superhero movie after all. Looking over the rest of my list. I got 2 in my head.
Go with your heart. 5th round, you go with your heart.
All right. I'm going Con Air.
Right before Con Air Day. That is a
Huge.
shitty move.
All right. I'm going to go with some recency bias here. I'll take Top Gun Maverick.
I was curious if either of you guys were going to throw that in.
I mean, I think it's a better movie than Top Gun. So,
And since I'll stick with the sequel theme as well.
ooh,
Uh,
sequel theme. Come on, we're
I'm going to
fucking the
take
peanut gallery.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh, good pick. Good
That is
pick.
solid.
Okay, so follow at MSPH Podcast on Twitter. We'll let this breathe a little bit, let the episode get out there, give it a chance for everybody to consume it. We'll put 5 polls up, and remember, play with honor. Vote with honor.
Meaning don't vote for Jeff.
Just to recap, here are the teams. Kevin, you drafted T2, Mad Max Fury Road, Aliens, Demolition Man, Con Air.
The only
How do you feel about your lineup when I say it back to you? How do you feel about it?
Fucking great, because I threw a burner out for your round with Die Hard, because who knows?
Wait, what do you mean by burner?
Because I don't know what I could have thrown out getting the third pick that would top Top Gun or Die Hard. That's
You
one of
guys
those.
are like fucking betas.
I had Die Hard as like my number 2 seed. So, like, the only thing that could possibly hang with that is Terminator 2, which is why I feel like you didn't even waste your Die Hard on the first round.
I had T2 was the number 1 power ranking.
right, but you didn't have Matrix ranked higher than Die Hard, did you?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So honestly, I was just like, I know
Wait,
people
is that-
love Fury
Am I in
Road.
the minority here? Do you guys both think Die Hard's better than The Matrix?
Yes.
Yeah,
No shit. Okay.
not by much,
Fair
but
enough.
but yeah, I think, and it also just has that fucking classic. It's been a classic for longer than The Matrix has. Excuse me.
Fair enough. But, I mean, Matrix has the greatest gun battle ever. Like, bar none, really.
I mean, just looking at this list, I mean, just what an epic fucking roster of 15 movies. Like, if you just had, like, got like a mountain of cocaine, watched all 15 of these in one sitting, you'd walk away with a bigger penis.
Yeah, for sure. Fucking 3 chicks, probably. All right, so my 5 are The Matrix, Die Hard, The Raid, John Wick, and Top Gun Maverick. I feel like I reached a little bit with John Wick, but I think it's just such a solid action movie that is like fresh on people's minds that might win me the 4th round.
See, when I was considering my list, I had John Wick 2 on the list of the John Wick movies. I think John Wick 2 is better than the first one.
Fair enough. Shuddy's 5 movies are Predator, Top Gun 1, Armageddon, Speed, Die Hard with a Vengeance. I mean, I love The Raid. Right? But I'm okay with The Raid losing Armageddon. I'm cool with anything losing Armageddon, really.
I actually was going to burn Armageddon in the first round because I knew there was no way it was going to beat Top Gun, and then you couldn't pick it to possibly win another round. That was going to be my strategy, but
What are some of the other movies that you guys had on your list that you didn't pick? Like last one's out.
Jeff, after hearing all 15 of these movies listed, do you still think 8 Mile is a 5-dicker?
Absolutely.
All right.
It's not an action movie, Kevin. You fucking bitch.
Commando,
All right.
RoboCop,
Fair enough.
Conan the Barbarian. Another one that I was going to put on my list to be a dick was First Blood.
I just don't know if that's action enough.
Well, I Googled it specifically, and according to Sylvester Stallone, it's the best action movie he's ever made. And if Sly says it's an action movie,
I should have picked it then.
it's
Fair
an
enough.
action movie.
Yeah.
John Wick 2, and then I put Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom.
So those are fringe horror action movies, in my opinion. But okay. Some of my honorable mentions. I think Sicario might be like one of the best movies of the century. Like I was convinced as I was working out today, thinking about how I was going to play this, that I would end up with Sicario. Like
Sicario was on my short list or long list, I guess.
I think this is more of like a classic, almost in the same way as 8 Mile. Maybe not so much a Clark classic, but like Lethal Weapon. I think Lethal Weapon's a fucking 5-dicker and rules. But I don't know how popular that opinion is. I also like 2 Swayze movies, Point Break, Roadhouse. Ooh, those combined for fucking 11 dicks probably.
Oh, lots of throat ripping.
I mean, you could go several different movies in this franchise. I'm going with the classic Mission Impossible 1. I'll just take Mission Impossible 1 there. Is that a horror or action movie?
Yeah,
for sure.
Action movie.
But I mean, I feel like the Mission Impossible series didn't really hit its stride until the third one. I mean, the first 2 were good, but man, that third one with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, and I would understand losing a vote based on that. I would. I just do think Mission Impossible 1 was the best movie of all of them. Man, I do think that.
This could be a hot take, but I haven't seen it in a while, but when I was in Bing Boing school and had a DVD drive on my desktop computer, because we weren't allowed to have TVs in our room or watch movies or play video games or any of that shit, I had Lethal Weapon. I had like 5 DVDs. Basketball, Doom Generation, Half Baked, and Lethal Weapon 4 was one of them. So like the few movies that I actually owned on disc, I watched endlessly, and I've seen Lethal Weapon 4 so many times, and I just love that it has the Lethal Weapon shit, and then you throw in Jet Li, who's doing like super cool kung fu, and it was really funny. A lot of those jokes probably don't age all that well, but I laughed my dick off at him back in the day. I always liked Lethal Weapon 4 the best.
I think you can make a credible argument for Lethal Weapon 2 as well. I do think Jet Li is an awesome villain, but like Gary Busey for the most part, I mean, he kicked ass in Lethal Weapon 1. He did.
Yeah, he did.
Other ones, I had Tango and Cash up there. I had Collateral, which I think is like an underrated movie.
Not very actiony though. It's kind of more like a suspense movie.
Fair enough. Taken. I think Taken 1 kicks ass.
I'd have to see it again to make sure it qualifies as 5-dicker status, but it's certainly a contender. Taken was sick.
All right, and that's the end of my big board. So we had this.
Let me just rattle off my last ones that didn't get picked.
Oh, yeah.
So I had Face Off, True Lies, John Wick 2, which Shuddy said, and then my 2 superhero movies, Guardians of the Galaxy and The Dark Knight.
So we there was a delay start.
True Lies guys don't think it's good enough to pick in your top 5.
I mean, top 5 action movies is a hearty list.
Fucking Top Gun, fuck you both.
I like how we fucking argued about action movies or superhero movies for the first 10 minutes and no one picked the fucking superhero movie. So, Kevin, you effectively confirmed what we were kind of my point. It's like superhero movies are like a separate thing. Like, to me, like, Dark Knight is as good of a movie as the 5 that I threw out there. It is. But like, I just don't look at it as your standard action movie.
See, I do, especially going with Batman, since he's just a regular guy with no powers. He's just rich and has equipment.
Do you think Mad Max Fury Road is better than Dark Knight?
I don't know, but again, so I like Mad Max Fury Road is 100% a 5-dicker. It's, if we're talking action movies, it never fucking lets up. It is start to finish, suspense, awesome action, lots of it practical. It's fucking great. I also knew, again, I'm just revisiting the same point. I had a major uphill battle with Top Gun and Die Hard, so I picked a dark horse to go up against those two. It's probably not going to pay off, but that was my strategy. And that's why we all made such massive lists. One, because we don't know who everybody else is going to pick. We knew the top 5 bangers we probably all share. But, I knew those were going to get picked quick. And then I had to play with some strategy, seeing what I'm throwing stuff up against, and I curtailed my picks as I heard yours guys'.
You're such a fucking beta. I think Dark Knight. So, all right, so here's the second round picks. Mad Max, Fury Road, Kevin. I took Die Hard. Shuddy took Top Gun. In a fucking poll, I wouldn't be surprised if Dark Knight beat those two. If you took Dark Knight instead of Mad Max, Fury Road, I disagree with it being a 5-dicker. Let's just say I'm a little off on that. There's no fucking way it's better than Die Hard. No one.
Well, here's the way I looked at it, Jeff. Because for round 3, I got first pick. And I went with Aliens, which 5-dicker, I fucking love it. It's great. James Cameron. But, is it going to hold up against Top Gun and Die Hard? I don't know. I wanted to save that pick for what I think could be a sure win up against the Raid and Armageddon.
I can tell you which movie is the third best out of those 3. That'd be Aliens.
Also, while The Raid is a fucking solid pick, a 5-dicker, and a great movie, as widely known as it is, it's the least popular out of those 3.
That's a fair point. That was the one thing I was worried about.
And I'm stoked that there's at least some kung fu recognition on this list, and it came from Jeff.
Damn right. I am a little nervous about my John Wick pick as well, especially since both of you guys had John Wick 2 on your big board.
I just think John Wick 2 is more action-y. Each one has gotten more action-focused than the one previous.
Yeah,
so where one was a little slow and there was good action, there was just a lot more of it in part 2.
Yeah, and John Wick 2 has that epic scene where him and Common go against each other. And they're in the crowded subway taking sneak shots at each other with silenced pistols. And then he gets that one guy where he fucking stabs him in the ear with a pencil and then palm strikes it to fucking drive it into his brain or whatever. That was sick.
Yeah, I do think the buildup of how is John Wick going to respond to them killing his dog was fucking sick. I hear your point that there's more action in the second and third, but I just like the first movie better than the other two. That's
there's a reason. Fair. There's a reason that movie sparked a franchise.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
All right, well, we'll let the Puminati decide here.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. If you're not following the MSPH account on Twitter at MSPH Podcast, you got 5 polls coming your way. Vote with honor, not out of spite. Let's keep this fair. And I look forward to smoking Jeff.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I look forward to beating both of you.
I can't wait for the Puminati to weigh in and say that my idea for voting is way smarter than yours. I think this 5 different votes method is fucking stupid.
I think it's way more fun.
All right. Well, we'll see. God damn it. This is so much more important to me than any Letterboxd game we've ever played. I'm disappointed I lose those, of course. I'm competitive, but I don't lose any sleep over it. This one, if I don't win this one, I'll be very disappointed in myself. Not the Puminati, myself. All right, I will take the blame myself.
5-dicker action bracket.
5-dick draft.
This is sick. I'm already just going in my phone and setting down a countdown until next week.
So can we do superhero movies one day since we pick none of them?
I don't think we need to. Because you don't give a shit about it, so it's less fun to talk it up.
But I think I could get to 5 that I'm drafting. That's my thing.
Yeah, but what if those 5 get taken by us?
Well, I'm saying I can build a 15 movie big board. I think.
All right. We can save that and see, because I feel like what genre, if this goes well, if the Puminati are enjoying themselves, what do you think would be the best genre to hit next? Comedy?
We have to do, we have to do comedy.
Man,
because that's probably where there's like the strongest opinions as well.
Yeah, and comedy is also like super subjective. We also
Very
are kind
broad.
of around the same age group too, so we probably have like if you talk to 18-year-olds about what they think their five-dicker comedy movies are, there's a chance that we've probably never even heard of any of them.
Yeah,
or
like
they're really stupid.
Situation where someone is like really high on Grandma's Boy and thinks like Blazing Saddles is just dated. And to me, it's like the complete opposite. It's like Blazing Saddles is a fucking five-dicker, and Grandma's Boy I've seen once, so whatever. I don't even remember it. Fucking suck. But it is like there is more like, yeah, like you said, subjectivity. You know what I mean? More like things to argue about in the margins, I guess. So yeah. I think if this goes well, we do comedy next.
I agree. Shuddy, what do you think?
I'm down with that for sure.
The one that I know I fucking eat a loss on, and Shuddy probably eats the loss on too, would be horror. Like I can't even compete with you in that one. I mean, I could come up with a big board. I've seen enough horror movies, and I don't know if you can get like 30 horror movies deep, and they're still five dickers. But you're certainly should win that one against me because I don't know shit about horror for the most part.
Yeah, but I like a lot of deep cuts too. So I could throw out a movie that I think is a five dicker, and you like, even if you hadn't even seen it, could just be like, "Oh, The Exorcist."
Fucking Exorcist fucking rules.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we picked the right one to start off with, and if it goes well, we pick the right genre for the second one.
Just hopefully the voting doesn't turn everyone off.
You fucking pussy. Well, while we're on movies, do you guys have anything else to review?
Final half of the Stranger Things season.
Oh, that was epic.
That's all I got. I did watch a 30 for 30.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a sports documentary series that's done by ESPN. Sometimes they do cool shit like that you would even be into. Like they did one on BMX rider Matt Hoffman that kicked ass. You fuck with Matt Hoffman, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they did a Tony Hawk one that was probably pretty good, but they did one based on or about and one basketball, street basketball. They they really popular with the mixtapes in like the early 2000s. Kevin, you might even know what I'm talking about, or no?
I've seen that on shirts.
Yeah, they are a clothing and basketball apparel brand, but they were just, I don't know, they had interviews with former famous street ball basketball players and just talked to them about how like it was their 15 minutes of fame. They call it lightning in the bottle, and how like people just got really into like these and one mixtapes and these street ball culture, because it wasn't, I don't know, it was like in the early days of the internet, right? So it was still somewhat new and people weren't, I don't know, flooded with like street ball videos. Now you can just fucking Google street ball and you'll find a bunch of content. But I thought it was pretty good. I don't know. I don't have much else to say besides that. I don't expect the Puminati to be interested, but I did have to say something about the for a review. So I'll give it probably 3.75 dicks. Actually, 3.5 dicks.
Oh, lost a quarter of a dick just like that.
Yeah, I thought it could have been better, but whatever. Like they could have gotten more NBA basketball players to talk about like the importance of that shit, and like also the difference, like the gap in between like street ball and like professional basketball, because I think that was lost on fans back in the day, and I think it's still like they don't really get the difference between street ball basketball players and professional basketball players, like how much better professional basketball players actually are. But I'll give it 3.75.
Oh, it gained a half a dick or quarter of a dick.
Excuse me. No. I'm sorry. I'll stick with the original grade. 3.5. Sorry. Excuse me.
Man, Rabbi Clark just fucking snipping dick tips off.
left and right.
I almost put it back
He
on,
put
though.
it back on and then took it
Super
back off.
glued it.
Where's the Gorilla Glue? Help! I took too much dick.
But what did you see outside of Stranger Things, Kevin?
So last night, Carl and I watched something because I realized I didn't have a new movie to review, and they just put it on the cock. The Bad Guys, one of those animated movies from this year, 2022, and yeah, I just had the same reaction that Shuddy Boy did. Did like an edible just hit you, or are you like, oh, fuck that movie?
All of a sudden, my head weighs very much.
Yeah, he almost went to sleep at the end of the 5-dick draft set bit.
Yeah, I just threw it on because it was short. It was kind of late in the night. I wanted something new-ish to review. And, I like those animated movies. They're always fun. And this one's got a pretty solid cast. Fucking Sam Rockwell is the lead. Mark Maron, Awkwafina. But, like, I don't know. It was a tad milquetoast, if you will. The whole premise of it was he's the big bad wolf, and he has this gang of, him and 4 other bad guys, and they rob banks and shit, and everybody's afraid of them. And then he gets a taste of being good, so he tries to, go turn into a good guy instead of just being a villain all the time. And it kind of played out a little bit like a censored or watered down Guy Ritchie movie. Like there's heists, there's betrayals, there's double crosses, triple crosses, turns left and right. And all I was thinking to myself, I was like I'm, kind of enjoying this, but are kids following all the twists and turns of a Guy Ritchie movie in like a PG animated thing? Like,
Did you ask them while you were with them?
Oh, low blow, Shuddy, you son of a bitch! You fucking silly goose!
I might have lost track of what you were saying. You're talking about the bad guys, right?
Yes.
Why are you saying Guy Ritchie movie? It says the director's Pierre Perifel.
He said it was like a Guy Ritchie movie.
Oh, all right. You're just comparing. Okay, all right, I'm with you. All right, then I am on the same page as you. Now,
I mean, it was interesting, and glad I watched it. It just wasn't all that funny, and the characters weren't as endearing as I would have liked. But I've definitely seen worse. It's like a 3-dicker, I suppose. If you got Peacock, worth a watch. If you're gonna rent it, I'd watch it for free.
I'm eager to watch it. Last Night in Soho is up on HBO Max now. Did you enjoyed that, right?
I did, yeah.
That's an Edgar Wright movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when I went and saw it, I told that story. I saw it at a screening at the New Beverly, Tarantino's theater, and it was like a special advanced screening, and Edgar Wright was there and talked up the intro of it and stuff. And while I was there, before the movie started, I was like, oh, I'll go get some popcorn. And when the line stopped moving, I looked to my right, and it's down the aisles in the theater, and Finn Wolfhard's right there. And I was like, oh, shit.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, so I just looked at him, he looked up at me, and I just gave him a nod. I wasn't like, it's you! But I was just like, yeah, you're cool. Fuck yeah, kid. And then...
like your work.
Yeah, and I think I saw it, like a real subtle reaction, like, thank you for just doing a nod. And then other people saw him and just started flipping out. And then all these people started hounding him, wanting to get pictures and stuff. But anyway, takes us to Stranger Things. Final 2 episodes, which had a runtime of about 4 episodes. Stuck the landing on that ending, at least for the season.
Yeah, I mean, it fucking kicked ass.
That was awesome.
Wait, Shuddy, you gonna zag?
I'm gonna zag.
Oh, no!
Zag away, baby. I love it. I probably won't agree, but I love the zag.
I don't like how this didn't wrap a single fucking thing up. And knowing that they're telling everybody that there's a time jump, you're supposed to believe that Hawkins just lives like this for years.
Well, how much of a time jump are they going? Because I remember them billing season 4. The tagline seemed to be, if I'm remembering correctly, the beginning of the end. So
yeah, the time jump is supposed to be, from everything I've seen, so that the characters are age appropriate for how old the kids actually are.
Oh, so it's going to be a time jump of like 12 years?
Yeah, something like that. But they're just going to live like this for all that time.
Well, I mean, you got to see.
Either there's not going to be a time jump, or I don't know. I just thought that it was stupid that they didn't even defeat the big bad of this season at all. Like, there's no resolution whatsoever. Things are worse at the end of this season than they started out as.
I kind of like that. That's kind of always how they do the penultimate installment.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, you had to build up the stakes for the final season. And next season, it's the 5th, and it's definitely the final, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're definitely not... Okay.
But there's going to be spin-offs.
Of course. I can't hate them trying to get their money. So I guess I'm a little confused, Shuddy, about your take. I mean...
I just didn't think it was that epic of a final battle. It was very underwhelming.
I do think there was a little too much Vecna dialogue. I agree with you there. Like, I don't want to hear Vecna talking that much, and him saying full sentences and doing like fucking monologues. Like, all right, bro, just chill. You're a monster. No one wants to hear you talk. Fucking kill something. So I know that wasn't your point, but that's the one issue that I had probably with
the general consensus in the house was that it was a waste of 4 hours.
Shit.
Whoa. The whole fucking Millers came down on Stranger Things.
Wow. Bringing the heat. How Shuddy. Dropping damn near some blasphemy.
And
see, I thought it was cool because like the way they have, the A, B, C storyline, all the different groups, everything culminating to a head. I thought it made for a nice, intense stretch of that final episode when...
I literally could not have cared less about the Hopper and Joyce storyline. That was the most useless, pointless part of the entire season, in my opinion. So fucking stupid.
See, Hopper's like my favorite character, though.
Right, but that whole storyline was just fucking ridiculous. It was stupid.
Wow. Wow.
All right. Fair enough.
Shuddy bringing the fire. I kind of like it.
Don't worry. I mean...
It was way better than the final season of Ozark. That's for sure.
Shuddy's hot takes really just... They're not as blasphemous because you gave 8 Mile 3.75 dicks. I mean, there's nothing that could be... Nothing worse that could be said than what you've already said. So,
man, I would love to see how if we just did just like a sample poll where Shuddy and I pick a movie we think is a 5-dicker and put it up against 8 Mile and see how it does in the polls. Not even like a Hall of Famer. We're not talking like Terminator 2, Die Hard.
Yeah. A second tier 5-dicker, if you will.
A limp 5-dicker.
I'm trying to think of a fair like bracket battle where it's like they've got an 8 seed versus a 9 seed. I would argue the 8 Mile is the 8 seed. Maybe you would argue that it shouldn't even be in the fucking bracket. That's fair. But what's a
Shuddy, do you know like just open genre, like off the top of your head, a 5-dicker you would put up against 8 Mile? Scott Pilgrim, 8 Mile. Or how about this, Jeff? I'll even throw you one that you will feel like is me just pulling my pants down and presenting my ass. Grand Budapest Hotel.
That's not fair. I don't accept that challenge. I haven't even seen that movie. That's a Wes Anderson thing, right?
Yeah.
It's too gay to count. No, that's too easy. Let's do. I'll take the Scott Pilgrim.
We could
challenge,
do it. We could do it right now.
Heavy underdog.
Wait, why don't you like Grand Budapest Hotel then?
Because I actually would lose respect for the Puminati if I lost that one. Like, there's no way. I haven't even seen it. There's no way anything Wes Anderson has made that's better than 8 Mile. Fucking nothing.
Well, then you should have no problem with it, right?
I just don't think it'd be.
Dude, we could do it right now. I can put this poll up right now.
Slaying Scott Pilgrim's bitch ass.
Nobody has heard any of this as of right now.
Yeah.
I can put this poll up right now, no context, and see what happens.
All I'm saying, and that's fine. All I'm saying is I think Scott Pilgrim and 8 Mile would be a better battle. But yeah, we can
doing it on your Twitter or the MSPH Twitter?
MSPH.
Do either one of us get to vote?
Everybody can pick their movie and keep it a wash. So at least one of our pick will get one vote.
Okay, I'm down. Let's go.
Okay, what do you
Rack 'em up,
think
baby.
Is a better
One of us
movie?
Can't vote, though, Kevin.
Why?
Or are you putting...
No, don't use the MSPH account to vote.
No. Are you just putting up the 2 movies?
No, I'm going to do 3.
Okay.
Oh. So wait, Shuddy's going Scott Pilgrim. You're going Grand
Budapest Hotel.
Yeah,
whatever. And I'm going. All right, cool. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
that's way better than I thought we were getting rid of Scott Pilgrim. I was like, well, wait a second, I'll take that fucking challenge. Fuck Scott Pilgrim. I think my brother likes that movie almost as much as you do. Isn't that a Mount Rushmore movie for you, Kevin?
Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah. So since you're more or less the star of the show, I figure Puminati are probably going to defer to you here and select Scott Pilgrim instead of 8 Mile.
The Puminati love seeing me lose, so it could hurt Shuddy, this being a blind poll. All right, I'm tweeting it.
Love it. So we probably aren't going to get enough responses by the end of this podcast, and we're I don't know how long we've been recording, but it's
we're getting there.
And the Puminati's got a lot to vote on.
Yeah.
Don't fucking waste your time with the midterms. You just show up to our elections.
Let's see. I do want to give a quick shout out. I lost my grandpa since we last spoke. And Shuddy, I think you've met him like at least once or twice.
A handful of times, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I like I've mentioned before, I grew up, my mom had me when she was 19, lived with her and my grandparents till I was like 13-ish. So, you know, it was kind of like I had 2 sets of parents. And, you know, my grandpa had been in rough shape for a while. We had talked about this behind the scenes, and like he'd been in assisted living for the last 4 years. In the last year, the quality of life dipped a little bit, but, you know, he started this massive, massive family. He was with my grandma for 63 fucking years. They got married when they were babies, in their early 20s. Had 6 kids. Can't even keep track of all the grandkids. And, yeah, he was an old school, just conservative family man. I told that story recently about where he busted me watching some titties in a PG-13 movie and told my mom it was Batman. And then self-corrected at the last split second. Was like, no, Dragnet. He shouldn't be allowed to watch Dragnet anymore. That has boobies in it. You know, he was the type of guy where like the second you opened up the fridge to get something out of it, he's like, close the fridge. You're letting the air out.
Was he always in charge of the thermostat?
Oh yeah.
That's like the manliest shit you can do.
And speaking of five dickers, you know, he was a lawyer, and when he was at the peak of his career, he was very proud of the entertainment center we had at the house in the early 90s. So anytime one of his colleagues or friends would come over, he always loved showing it off. And the first thing he would do would be turning the volume up all the way and putting on Terminator 2.
Whoa, that's fucking awesome.
Just to be like, want to see how cool my setup is? Take a seat. Let's watch Terminator 2.
Yeah. Make sure you sit down. Hold on to your fucking hat.
But he had a tough start, you know. he was born in the 30s, and my great grandparents were shitheads, and they weren't loving parents. They were shitty. They were kind of abusive. And when he was 5, he used to sneak out of the house with my Uncle Joe, and the two of them would just escape to fucking get away from them. And they would just be like, I think my Uncle Joe is like a year or two older than him, so like a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old just fucking wandering the streets. And then, he put himself through law school and got his way up to his own partnership. When they opened the Twin Towers, he had an office, like, right when they opened. And he, lived a nice, long life. As far as you can say, like, we all croak at the end, but I feel like he won. He caught a win. He married up. My grandma's a babe. Had her hunkered down for 63 years. Made a giant family.
Really have a thing for the women in your family.
You son of a bitch.
Sorry, I know this is a somber moment, but we can't let it pass that you called your grandma a babe.
No,
which
you
I can't disagree with. But
you can't let it pass, can you, Shuddy?
No.
But he loved his tennis. Guy just loved coming home from a hard day of work, cracking open a cold one, and if tennis was on, man, Wimbledon all fucking day. Loved his show tunes, oddly enough. I remember as a kid driving around in his car, fucking guy always had the soundtrack to Les Miserables on. Can't tell you how many times I had to listen to Master of the House. It was weird being the only 6-year-old in school with fucking the score to Les Mis memorized. But it was I know his quality of life was gone, but it still hurt to lose him. So in 2 weeks, I'm flying down to Florida. He donated his body to science, so we're just having a memorial for him. And he was a great dude. R.I.P. to Jack Kraft. And I do remember
R.I.P.
one time he left a voicemail. He was so proper. And he talked very slow with this deep, serious voice. And it stuck in the back of my head. I don't remember what it was about, but I remember he called me one time and left a message on my cell phone. And I thought it was funny enough to play on the show. So I haven't heard this since. But this is a goofy voicemail that my grandpa left me, apparently, years ago.
Hello, Kevin. This is your grandpa calling. Thanks for calling me earlier today to ask about how I'm doing. We were up at Joy's sister Elaine and Bill Broadhurst for dinner tonight. We just got in.
Loves dropping full names, too.
It's about quarter
he speaks in full sentences.
Yeah.
to 8 here in New Jersey.
Giving the exact time and time zone. Dude was proper.
As you can see, I'm back from the hospital, and I'm feeling much, much better. And I'm much improved in my walking and in what I'm doing, and I'm testing myself for my blood sugar level.
He talked like this. He was, still old when he left this voicemail. But this is how he talked when he was like a 20-year-old man. It is precisely 8:45 a.m. New Jersey time.
I'm watching
I like how
my...
that's how you control the conversation, though.
Oh, yeah.
I can't talk that slow and deliberately because I get nervous that people are going to stop listening and stop caring. But you can tell your great grandfather just had the confidence that oh, you're going to listen to everything I have to say.
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to watch Terminator 2.
Diet, and I'm feeling much better. So thank you for calling. If you get this
A Jersey accent, too. Thank you for
Yeah,
calling.
real heavy.
message, it's about 7:45 in New Jersey. Feel free to give me a call. I would like to say hello to you. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I'm going to miss that guy's voice. I remember, because I'm such a movie dork, a lot of my memories that I look back on are a lot of the times movie related, and I just remember one time going to the theater with him and my grandma, and back in the day, it wasn't like going in with a plan. You drive to the movie theater, and then you pick the movie. And I think some cartoon came out, and I wanted to see a cartoon, and he was like, we are going to see, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Oh, no.
Last Crusade, probably.
Yeah. It was Last Crusade. And I was like, no! There's no cartoons in that. And I got overruled and ended up fucking loving it. I was like, wow, that was a beast of a movie.
Grandfather knew it was up.
Yep. Always made the right call. So shout out to Jack Kraft.
More importantly, never listen to your dumbass.
That's true. Yeah, but he would have been on my side with the 5 rounds of voting.
I'll tell you what, he'd much prefer to watch 8 Mile over fucking Grand Budapest Hotel or that pussy-ass Scott Pilgrim movie.
All right, let's just see how things are going right now.
Oof,
check it
not
out.
Good.
Oh, no. For real? Oh, my God!
There's only 3 votes, though.
Oh, and you guys probably voted, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you vote, Jeff?
What? No.
Oh, whatever.
I don't even have Twitter up right now. Why? What's it looking like?
So Jeff probably has voted, and he texts Cheech or Bill, whichever one's in the house, that they need to go vote for 8 Mile.
I posted a Facebook status, and I have an Instagram story going.
His high school reunion Facebook page, he went on there and posted.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm back, guys. Got an important piece of democracy to run your way.
So yeah, at the moment, Jeff, you are winning.
Yeah. Hopefully, when it's all said and done in 23 hours, I will remain the victor.
This is fucking bullshit.
Can't believe you went Grand Budapest Hotel. That
was more or less.
Vote?
I did. I just did now. I'm the only vote for Grand Budapest Hotel.
Right. Yeah, I hope it fucking stays like that. You have no business bringing that movie to this fight. I mean, I know Scott Pilgrim's very popular, and I saw it in the theater. My brother likes it almost as much as you. So that one was a credible entry. You're fucking Grand Budapest Hotel. That's how little you think of 8 Mile.
Was hurt Scott Pilgrim's chances of winning.
I just knew Jeff is being a little bitch today, so I feel like if I threw out like
oh wow, he's like Ralph Nader here, huh?
I felt like if I threw out a more sophisticated 5-dicker, Jeff would be more inclined to let this poll happen. Because honestly, I wasn't expecting to win. I was just expecting 8 Mile to lose. And this has been a very upsetting 10 minutes.
It's early, and I'm sure people will start to weigh in, and there'll be obviously higher votes as this thing goes along. Hey, real quick, better Independence Day movie. Independence Day or Jaws? We had this conversation this morning. Me and my brother did, because he's watching Jaws today.
I'm only qualified to speak on one of those films.
Shuddy, you've never seen Jaws?
Never seen Jaws.
Wow.
Jeff looks dumbfounded.
I mean, that's very crazy.
Guys,
honestly,
this is me putting in my 30-day notice.
If you said you've never seen Independence Day, I would actually have a pretty similar reaction. I'm confused. Like, you seriously have never seen Jaws?
100% have never seen Jaws.
Fuck, that's weird. Man, is it weirder than Kevin never seeing Rocky? I think, you know what? I think it is, just because I had more faith in you, Shuddy, that you would do something like this.
This is a borderline horror movie figure.
I mean, yeah.
And when I was little, it definitely would have scared me.
So your parents wouldn't have let you watch that either?
When I was young, yes. My parents would not have let me watch that. And then by the time I became of age where I could make those decisions for myself, it was...
You never gave it a revisit or a visit?
Never. It's something that I've never wanted to sit down and watch by myself, and it's just never come up when hanging out. Like, let's watch Jaws.
I could see like the whole special effects and the
I'm not
shark.
concerned about that. I'm interested to watch it. I don't like watching movies by myself typically.
Well, has Sharon ever seen Jaws? Maybe you guys can both.
Maybe we'll
crack
do
it
that
out.
tonight. It's on Hulu supposedly.
I was spacing out his name. I had to just go to it to make sure I had it
Steven
right.
Spielberg.
No. Long Beach grad. No, but like the shark or whatever. Like I don't know. I do think I could see like there being issues with the special effects, but like the three dudes on the boat, Roy Schneider or Scheider, Scheider, excuse me, Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss. Like that is peak acting. Robert Shaw fucking kills it in this movie. Kills it.
I saw a fact about this movie that Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss had a conflict on set because Robert Shaw had commented how he wanted to stop being an alcoholic and just needed help. So Richard Dreyfuss threw out all of his booze.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
And Robert Shaw lost his shit on Richard Dreyfuss.
Wow, I always heard that the two of them actually were wasted in that scene where they get drunk in the boat.
They were, yes.
So Richard Dreyfuss turned into an enabler.
Well, he felt bad about it, I guess, and threw out his alcohol eventually. Man, I'm looking at Robert Shaw's IMDb. Obviously, he's not, I'm not going to know most of the movies he's been in. He's been dead for a while, but he really didn't do anything I fucking know outside of Jaws. The Sting. He was in The Sting. I saw that a while back. I'm looking at his other movies. Nothing that
Richard
big.
Dreyfuss?
No, Robert Shaw. Yeah, the guy who, the other guy on the boat. He's fucking awesome. Like one of the better supporting characters or performances ever, I think.
Really,
crazy. I haven't seen that one.
Spoiler alert, pretty upsetting death, too. That was very traumatizing to me as a kid.
Yeah.
I know they didn't have PG-13 back then, but Jaws was... Wait, was Jaws PG?
Oh, I just deleted... All right.
No, I have it up. Yeah, Jaws was PG. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's why when Shuddy, when I had a thought that maybe it could slide under Shuddy's parents' rating system because it technically was an R. I remember that it was an R.
Yeah.
They just didn't have PG-13.
Probably when you're raising a child who the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride at Walt Disney World gave nightmares to, you don't.
Oh, God, I had more dreams about squids last night. Oh! Is it because they have beaks?
It was actually a clown opening the hatch to the submarine and drowning us all. It was actually, I remember that dream to this day.
Taken out by a clown.
So it was really a much more deep-seated fear of clowns that was really at play. But
man,
my parents didn't show me anything that would make me not sleep.
So is this a revelation that you're afraid of clowns?
I was as a kid. I'm not afraid of clowns.
For the next MSPH Wrestling, could Dom make a goose character with a clown wig on?
I mean, you're asking the wrong person. You should probably be talking to Dom about this.
Yeah, he'll hear
I already got Dom. I already gotten Dom's ear about your guys' next match at MSPH Wrestling.
Yeah,
you two are going to be in a tag team.
Ugh.
Do you want to know who I
Hall of
threw?
Famer? So
you want to be surprised?
Fucking have pull on the card.
Damn right, like Triple H. I'm pretty much going to take over this company when fucking we oust Dom because of his paying off employees to have sex with. Like the Michelin Man, that dirty fuck.
All right, well, we've reached the end, my friends. Thank you all for listening. If you need more MSPH in your life, please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/ Mad Scientist Party Hour. Speaking of five dickers, our Patreon 100% a five dicker.
Yeah, and don't be fucking shitty civilians. Why don't you weigh in on our vote? All right, we need some Puminati help for democracy.
Yeah. Follow our Twitter. Keep an eye peeled for the next day or two for these 5 polls to drop. It's going to be some epic shit talking next week, and I can't fucking wait for it.
I've already counted my win. I'd be fucking stunned if I don't beat you retards.
God damn it, I want to win, but I'm just more excited for how sweet next week's show is going to be. If you haven't done so, subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. I'd say I remember 98.5% of the time to hit the record button. So if you want to see our goofy faces while we do the show, it's up there. And you can give us reviews and subscribe on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or whatever the fuck service lets you subscribe and rate. All huge helps in our quest of world domination. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Kevin Kraft,
at Shuddy Boy,
at Jeff R. Records,
and at MSPH Podcast on both Twitter and Instagram. Check out the Bet Slippin' podcast, Jeff's sports betting podcast. Give that the Puminati bump. And Shuddy, you got anything? Any tour dates?
No tour dates. Just wanted to say thanks to Blaine and Vanessa and Blaine's wife, who I'm terrible and don't remember her name, for hanging out.
Pot Zombie.
Oh, that's right. Pot Zombie. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. We hung out this morning. It was a lot of fun getting lunch at Cracker Barrel. That took forever.
Oh, shit. Yeah, shout out to those fine Puminati.
They'll get faster if you leave them a bad Yelp review.
It wasn't being that I worked in the food service industry. It was so busy. It must have been the only place in that area that was open today, which is kind of why we went there, is because they were open.
I think Cracker Barrel brunch is underrated. I think it's goddamn delicious.
When I scoped the Benihana that was nearby, it had one car in the parking lot at 11 a.m., so I felt that was a pretty good indication that was not an option.
Man, if they're open, that person, that one lone car, that's my homie. We can party.
Benihana brunch, imagine.
Fuck yeah. All right, everybody, thank you for listening, and until next time, something.